Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Firstly, I want to introduce myself. My name is Alif Haikal bin Saleh and I am from class 81103D. My student ID is 2020879346. Today I want to present about assessment for FPA 200, which is maintenance and harvesting activity in pineapple farm. So next I want to talk about introduction of maintenance and harvesting activity in pineapple farm. So firstly, what is maintenance? Maintenance in agriculture means that to ensure or manage the farm or crop so that they are always in a good care and in a good condition, so that it can improve the growth of plant, developments of the plants, and yield of the plants. Equipment or tool that used for the maintaining process must be operated when it is required. It is because it can facilitate the maintaining process for the farm. Next, the proper maintenance and management to the farm or crops can provide a quality crops and also a high yield. The maintenance that is mostly used in pineapple farm or any other farm is weeding, because weeding is one of the most important practices. It is because weeding is the process of removing undesired plant, or we call it weeds, from a field. Weeding is required because weeds compete with major crop plants, which is pineapple, for various resources such as water, sunlight, nutrients, and space. This will causing the pineapple plant growth to be hampered or hindered. If the weed does not be removed, there is also a decrease in output or yield due to the weeds that exist around the plant. This activity, which is weeding, should be done at least 2 to 3 times a week, or whenever the weeds start to grow again, because the weed should be controlled in the initial stage. If it's not controlled in the initial stage, the weed will start to grow higher and make the weeding process would be much more harder and difficult than the weed in earlier stage. Next slide, I want to explain about type of weeding. There are 2 types of weeding, which is hand pulling and poisoning. So hand pulling is the activity referring to the process of remove weeds by hand. It either remove the weed by bare hand or certain tools or equipment such as hand shovel, sickle, or by using a cutter. So next is poisoning. So poisoning is activity referring to the process of remove weeds by using a herbicide. It is done by using a backpack sprayer to spray the herbicides toward the weeds or an undesired plant. So in the next slide, I want to talk about process of weeding in pineapple farm. There are 2 methods of weeding, which is by hand and also by herbicide. So the procedure of weeding by hand is firstly take the cutter or sickle. After that, find the weed or long grass around the plant. Next, cut the weeds by using cutter or sickle. After that, gather the weeds and long grass in one place. Next, throw the weeds and unwanted long grass to the appropriate place. Next is procedure of weeding by herbicide. First, gather all the equipment needed for apply herbicide. Next, open the cover of backpack sprayer. Put 55 gram of boron, 20 gram of urea, and 1 cup of amatherine into the backpack sprayer, and add water into the backpack. Next, carry the backpack, and after that, point the muzzle to the weed. And next, hold the button to apply or release the herbicide. Next, I want to share about the type of weeds in pineapple farm. There are two types of weed that exist in the pineapple farm. The first one is Elymus repens, also known as Scotch grass. It's a common perennial grass found throughout most of Europe, Asia, the Arctic biome, and Northwest Africa. It has been introduced into the other mild northern climates for forage or erosion control, but it is frequently regarded as a weed. The next type of weed is Digitaria. So Digitaria is a genus of grass plant native to tropical and warm temperate regions, but it can also be found in tropical, subtropical, and cooler temperate regions. Crabgrass or fingergrass and other names have been given to this plant. Next is the advantage of weeding for pineapple. There are 5 advantages of weeding for pineapple. The first one is the pineapple plant will get enough nutrient, water, and space to grow bigger and healthy. Next, by remove the weeds, it can give the ventilation for pineapple plant. Next, the yield of pineapple plant will be higher and quality. Next, the pineapple crops will be more arranged, clean, and looks neat. After that, water irrigation in pineapple farm will run smoothly around the plant. So next, I want to explain or describe the meaning of harvesting. So harvesting is the process of gathering the useful parts or part of a plant when all of the nutrients have developed and the edible parts have reached the appropriate level of maturity. Harvesting is the most labor-intensive activity of the growing season on a smaller farm with limited mechanization, which means a machine. So harvesting on large mechanized farm is done with the most expensive and sophisticated farm machinery, such as a combine harvester. So the next is process of harvesting pineapple. So pineapple fruit can be harvested after the fruit has turned 1/3 yellow or index 2. It can also harvested when it has reached its maximum size or is in the late mature green phase. The pineapple can now be ripened at room temperature. So the process of harvesting is first, simply cut the pineapple from the plants where the pineapple joins the stalk using a sharp sickle to harvest. Next, put the pineapple into the wheelbarrow. Lastly, gather the pineapple that have been harvested to an appropriate place. So the next is I want to explain about problem of harvesting. So the first one is the pineapple fruit does not reach its maturity because the fruit has not reached index 2 yet. So the next one is pineapple fruit become rotten because of being attacked by pests such as mealybug or scale insect. Next is pineapple fruit that have not harvested yet will become overripe if the fruit does not harvest by following the right time. So next, I want to explain the advantage of harvesting. There are 3 advantages of harvesting. The first one is the fruit that have been harvested can improve the economy of countryside by selling the fruit of the pineapple, which means the farmer that living in countryside can get income resources by selling pineapple fruit. So next one is pineapple fruit can make a various product such as a juice, jam, and also ice cream flavor. So the last advantage of harvesting is to be able to harvest pineapple that have been planted and cared for about 12 months. So for the last slide, I want to talk about the conclusion of maintenance and harvesting activity in pineapple farm. So in conclusion, we know that weeding is an important activity that is required for pineapple farm or any other crops. It is needed for the crops to maintain the growth of pineapple plant. I suggest that if you have a large farm, you had to do the weeding process by using a machinery equipment because it will save our energy and reduce the time for the weeding activity. Lastly, I hope my video presentation can be benefit to all farmers and students in our course in the future. So I think that's all I want to share about the maintenance and harvesting activity in pineapple farm. Thank you.